How's it going? It's a brand new month. It's May 1st. What's going on? It's 2020. It's early in the morning. Friday, the stock market will be happening. So actually, it's like it's always on. You can make an order any time of day. The internet's always on. Anyway, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the important here in the stock market review of Thursday, the last day of April, and going into Friday, the 1st of May. So, things that did well. I've started to color code the sectors over here. Energy equipment and energy oil are in this black and either yellow or white font. A lot of companies in that sector in the top 10. I mean, you look at your top 10s if we want to bring that all those tickers over and bring them in our analysis sheet over here, our top 10 sheet. We can see that there are small companies, there are small caps for the most part. They're little oil companies, all these micro oil companies with really low share prices doing significant change. The only thing is Laurel Space and Communications, which is what is that? A communications media company. I don't know what's up with them. I should have looked them up. They're a little bit bigger cap. They had a 24% day going up 437. How interesting, right? So now a lot of this oil stuff, and my comment on this is those are small time oil companies that are trading on the potential of somewhat people getting back to normal, right? There's still a sentiment of, hey, we think we're going to open up and start to try to do business as usual. To some effect, that's totally not happening. And we'll try it and people will get sick and we'll realize that our health is more important than trying to act normal. And we're going to be wearing masks and we're going to be taking precautions and the world is changing and we're witnessing it. That's what's happening. So these things going up, you can expect to see a lot of them going down over the next few days and into next week because they get volatile, right? It's weird. Some capital market stuff went up. Let's talk about the bad because I like to see the bad because that also gives you an idea of what's going on in the economy. Chesapeake Energy, shocker. Down, they're up or down 34% every single day, aren't they? Industrials, machinery, here's some specialty retails, consumer discretionary hotels, restaurants, and leisure. Watch out for places that are not being populated anymore. Here's some bank. These are only 15%. I mean, these are big drops up here at 20% or so. Home Federal Bank Corp. What's up with them? That's not good. Okay. We can look and we can see what we have in here and take a look at what lost and size. A lot of also small caps. Here's a mid cap, Olin Corporation, chemical materials company, has a big loss. I don't know why, what they make. Anyway, not too much to take from these losers. Uh, it's not a huge day on the losing side, even though the market as a whole lost and did not have a good day because look at all these banks, though. Look at all this green over here in the sector. See all these banks with 10% losses? That's heavily banking sector. Makes me think the loans are going to go bad. That people are not working, and even though you're getting unemployment sometimes or sometimes not, this destabilization is going to be felt, and it's being felt by the banks, which is going to ripple down as we get more scared, realizing that I think we're not going to be getting out and doing what we need to do. So that doesn't mean that the economy as a whole is going down. It means that certain sectors are not happening like they used to. So you've got to pick winners and losers. And that's what I'm doing going through all the list. So I've gone through and put sectors or the type of sector for the ticker symbol or the company. I've gone through 36% of this list. I still have like 2,000 to go. And I've only made notes on less than 4% of them. So it's going to take me a month or so to go through everything and organize. But as of right now, stocks that I've looked at and care about, I have listed, and I have this watch price and ceiling price listed. So what I said is, if you sort this by percent of ceiling price, meaning I think that the stock will go up to this amount and beyond. So you would buy up to this amount of the max purchase price. I think Tesla's going to be at least 1,000 in the next year. So you would go with them. They're at 78% of their price right now at 781. They had a little loss today after kind of some run up, earnings, yada, yada. They're a crazy volatile stock, but they will keep accumulating and going upward, right? Let's grab this whole list and put it in order and look at how these companies did today. Let's see what we care about. See if we learn anything. So it wasn't a great day for the blue chips in general, as I think people are getting worried. So Tesla, great company. I always say buy them, but they're expensive and they're right in the middle of their range. So we'll pass on them for now. Walmart. I bought one share of Walmart today. As I said, when I say something, I do it. I bought one share today. I bought it for $1.23. So I'm down a little bit, but I'm not worried. This will be going up because they're open and they're everywhere, and they're going to be doing just fine. So I also think Target's going to be doing pretty well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to grab Target. I went to Target today, and I would like to talk about that for a second because I felt like an alternative to Walmart, just a different set of groceries and stuff that they have, right? We're going to review them today. I've not looked at their financials, but I have an idea about their financials. They're at 109, huh? Let's compare them to Walmart for a second by replacing Tesla with Target. And we'll see what I can talk about here. So their cap size and their chart and everything, I'd like to see exactly how they line up because I feel like they're about between a half and 2/3 of what Walmart is, not globally, but at least the United States. They're somewhere around a half to 2/3 of what Walmart is. And you can see in their market cap is actually 1/7, is that? About 1/6 or 1/7-ish of what Walmart is. So the question is Walmart overvalued or is Target undervalued? I would have them being valued somewhere between 150 and 250 million, according to my logic about how much of Walmart they are. Shares and share price and volume. 109. So their chart, though, their 30-day trend is up. How about their 150-day trends? Yeah, they have a ways to go back up to where they were, don't they? See, Walmart, everyone realized how valuable Walmart was during this, and they still are. So, but it wears off. But they're just stable. They're going to be there. Target made it on the upswing. They will reach new highs. What about their year trend? Yep. So, okay. So what Target has right now is Target has the option of going to about 120. And if they drop below 100, I'd be all over them. So I'm kind of almost right in the middle of where they are at 109. But for the foreseeable future, the next 3 to 6 months, they go in this trajectory. They're going to get better. They're going to get more business because they're going to be one of the retailers that stays open and provides a Walmart alternative, as they have slightly different products, and you can make your own debate about whether or not their quality can be higher as well. So that's interesting. And let's bring them back up there and show you what that looks like in the main list. Because after going there today and realizing how many there are and how people look at Target, they should be on the list. That would put them right there at 91%. So that puts them in as your fifth best, right? Yeah, it's possible. All right. So there's that. We've added Target. How did everybody else do on the list? Merck went down a little bit today, but I think they're going to be they're going to announce what's going on with their trial with Pepcid and injecting Pepcid into people, or formaldidine, the derivative that is Pepcid. They're going to talk about that, I believe, at the end of next week. So I would expect something to happen to their price the end of next week, and I think it's going to be good. And so hold on to this till at least the end of next week. Beyond Meat, we haven't heard about too many problems with the meat supply affecting people getting sick yet. So wait for this to spike until you hear news about that, because I think that's coming. Abbott Labs testing. They'll creep up. They're just probably in a little lull because there's no news. Wendy's is right at that cusp where you would want to buy it, but they're just below their ceiling price. So I kind of want to sit back. They're not the best thing to grab right now in terms of potential profit in the future, but they should accrete steadily going up. LSI making screens, I love them because they're a micro cap and I think they have a ton of demand in business. Microsoft expensive, but a strong company with the Azure platform and the being able to profit off of all the internet traffic, the services they provide with telecommuting, yada yada. Like they're strong. What did I have their ceiling at? They're ceiling at 170. They're at 179. Because I think other market forces may draw things down as people have trouble paying bills and stuff over the next few months as we change. That this can go down with a sweep of everything. So I'm just staying away because it's just a little expensive. Google also expensive, but you can see Google's going to go back on the upswing. They're a good buy. I had their ceiling at 1250, and I want to move it up now. I'm going to move it up to 1300 because if they sneak down under 1300, grab them. Grab them. I want them to be on the list under 1300. Amazon had a good day today, 4%. Wow. I have them screeching above their ceiling because people think, I don't know, could be multiple reasons for that, but they did that chart. I mean, my God, how can you bet into that? Like their market cap is $1.2 trillion. They have more market cap than the moon and Venus combined. It's trouble. That's why they're so far on the list down here. eBay had a 2% day. They more online sales. I knocked them a little bit in the video yesterday. Still don't have them within range, but they had another good day. Emergent biosolutions, I haven't still done enough research to tell you. And Netflix slightly goes up. We're still miles away from being interested in purchasing Netflix in there. So what do we have to say about tomorrow and about the markets? When you look at things that went up, I still say stay away, away, away from oil. It's just going to give you a headache. And people are going to be helping each other out, and nothing means anything. Numbers don't mean anything. I just stay away from it. Stay away from banks right now. People haven't, May 1st of the month, people realize that rent is due. It really hits hard. Finding online business and how to make money from not moving around. Stay away from transport. Stay away from consumer specialty retail stores that are probably still going to remain closed because as we go out and get sick, we'll get scared again and we will hermit back in our homes. So it's like investment in making your home your castles where people are going to spend their money as they work from home to homeschool their kids. That stuff is not stopping at least until August. Are we going to see any reduction in that? Because this stuff is just going to spread and global travel is not going to happen. And the outlook for the next few months is one of hunkering down and, get a cabin in the woods and skin some squirrels for dinner because that's the way it's going to be. Unfortunately, not everyone's going to get super sick. Not everyone's going to die, obviously, but it's too much of a risk and it's too much of it's too impactful and too deadly for us to just simply let it go. It doesn't seem to work. You have to take interventions and masks and limiting your exposure, talking to people without masks and breathing shared air. All that stuff is changing. It's changing. This is defining a generation. The analogies to World War II are accurate in a sense that we all have to, as a community together, start to act in a way that's like we stay healthy. We live healthy lifestyles. You're starting to see it as people are concerned and realize that how well you keep your health impacts how well you deal with this virus. It motivates those that maybe are overweight to get out and jog more, to do some push-ups, to not have the extra tub of ice cream, to not smoke cigarettes, to not drink too much, to not do things that are putting you in a weakened state because now it's life or death. I think the change can be good for many. A lot of people I've talked to and I know have talked about the positive benefits of this, getting more rest, taking more control of your life. And even though socially it's very awkward and what seems to be unbearable for the long term, they're also like crazy people that have lived out in the woods for years by themselves anyway. They survived. It's kind of weird, but it's not the end of the world. But the end of the world is getting a virus that destroys your tissue and destroys your body and kills you. I mean, that's the end of the world for you. So I think we're finding exactly how much we're willing to take, and we're going to need to see it fail in the society again for us to get scared enough to go back inside because some of us don't want to be home alone. Of course, why would we? But we're going to have to find other ways around it and evolve as a species because this is not going away, even when we have treatment. So what I do think is going away are all these oil companies. All these things that went up like crazy and have small, I think that they're almost all going to have, like 2 years from now or 3 years from now, I'd be surprised if half of these are in business and haven't been bankrupted and sold out for their assets. I think we're migrating, we're changing because people aren't going to get on a plane on a cruise anytime soon, and that means months, and that months is going to keep spread. How long is it going to take for people that are at risk to not be scared to go on a cruise again? How long is that going to take? I know people that are 90 something years old that lived through the depression that have not gotten over what the depression did to them. I think this is going to have an impact on you now, and I don't think a person who is of the retirement age who would normally be going on a cruise decides to do that anytime in the next 12 to even 24 months. Even if we have treatment, it's going to be too scary. That it's already impacted us permanently. So all right, well, we'll talk tomorrow, but there's places to go in the market, but be very wary because think about the quarantine environment happening till August. That's the way I think about the market. It's more reasonable to think about it that way. So bye bye oil.